Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Gabriel Visiontoon Lamette. I'm so pleased that you decided to join me for this Motivated Monday segment. And what I'm going to be doing today is actually looking to kind of share with you a little bit more about the details of what I do on a daily basis every morning to make sure that my mind is right. So, everybody, here we go. As shared in many of my other videos for my channel, actually my first video, I talked about the importance of how you start your day, and I gave a bit of an overview of what that looks like. Talking about the importance of having a bit of a devotion so that I can center myself spiritually, as well as taking the time to find videos that challenge me to attack the day from different people, whether that be just motivational people like The Rock or John C. Maxwell. All these different individuals that kind of give you the mindset of going after your day with purpose. And then I also shared with you the fact that I work out every morning to also just wake my body up. And the place that I decide to do all of these things is actually within my living room, because when I get up in the morning, I get up extremely early. It's before my son has woken up and, hit the room with all of his energy. And it's before my wife has woken up, and it just gives me a place that I'm able to do all those things that I feel hit certain points for me to start my day correctly. And one of the things that I do is I have my cards, and I like to refer to these cards as my declaration cards. And I have a total of 3 that I do work with, and I have these cards, and I try to do it every day. 7 days out of the week, but to the minimum, I do it at least 3 days out of the week to remind myself of who I am. And that kind of leads perfectly into the first card, which is the I am card. And the purpose of my I am card is to remind me of the things that I need to be for the entire day. And so I have a total of 10 things that I list on the card. And if you're going to be looking to do something like this, it can be all those different things that matter to you about who you are. And not that you have to put everything that you currently are at the time that you wrote it down, because these cards will change over time, where your focus is going to be different, and you need to remind yourself of who you are for the season that you're in. But you have your 10 things that you have there, and you stare at that card and you recite it out loud so you hear yourself say who you are. So like some of the things that I've had on mine are I am diligent and relentless, because I know for me, at times I've struggled with being lazy. I've also had on my card before that I'm forgiven daily, because I know I may have messed up the day before, and I need to clear my mind of my errors from the day prior and go into the next day as if nothing happened the day before. I've had on there that I am smart enough, because we always talk ourselves out of things before we even get into it, because it's not the norm and we think that we might fail. And so I always have to remind myself, you know what, Gabriel, you are smart enough to be able to do it. Another one that I've used before on my I am card is I'm favored and blessed. I want to have the intentions of feeling as though things are going to work out for me every day that I walk out of the house, that things that might have been set up to destroy me will not be able to do it, and that someone's going to be looking to take me to another level and bless me every single day, whether that be on big things or little things. But then also on this card, you can put those things that are your internal fears, whether that be health or your self-esteem. And so I know for me, throughout my life, I've had a lot of ups and downs as far as confidence in who I am and how I look as a person. Sometimes I didn't feel that I was handsome. I just felt that I was okay looking. I was the guy that grew up that, no, you didn't have a bunch of girlfriends or girls that wanted to be with you. Everybody wanted to be your sister. And so I'm fortunate and blessed that I have a gorgeous wife that I'm madly in love with. But I still remind myself, you know what, you're handsome. And so All those different things will matter when it comes down to your I am card, so you remind yourself of who you are. So the second card that I like to have and I look at throughout the week would be the card that's entitled Talents That Make Me. Sometimes within just the busyness of life where, your work is pulling you one way, your family's pulling you another way, your daily stresses are pulling you in another direction. People are saying things that may be beating down who you are as an individual or your talents, because those things can all happen literally within one day and some. And so I found that having a card that talks about my talents is very important. And much like the I am card, I list 10 things that I know are talents that make me stand out amongst the crowd, those things that bring me peace. Like, for instance, artwork. When an artist is drawing, that is their most peaceful and serene atmosphere. And sometimes we forget that maybe we need to pick up our paintbrush and a canvas and go to work on it, because it's going to be mental calmness that comes from you being able to do that. Or you might be looking at a situation that you can seize the moment on, and you really and truly, because you're so caught up on that moment, you forget about how much talent you actually do have to achieve what you're looking to achieve. And so I know that for myself, some of the ones that I've used on my Talents That Make Me card are that I am a person who motivates others. So always be looking to motivate someone. Never look to prey on their weakness. Never look down on them because they are currently struggling. I always say look in the mirror, because we all have our struggles, but always going into things with the mindset of motivating others, because sometimes when they can't motivate themselves, you being the person being willing to motivate them is going to be the help. A couple of other things that I've listed on that card has been my talent for graphic arts and illustrations. For many years, I focused heavily on graphic design and marketing and everything like that. And before I knew it, I got away from illustrating. And so here as of late, because I've got a lot of projects and coals in the fire right now, I've been doing a lot of illustrating. I actually had to get back into it. And what I mean by that would be I bought books and things like that to put myself in the mental rhythm of being able to get my artwork on the level that it used to be and grow it even past that level. And so reminding myself of my talents has been very important. The other thing that I would say is, even for my love for music and singing, some people know that I sing, some people don't even know that I sing, because it was something that I've had ups and downs of emotions on, where I would sing and I felt that I was okay, but then I'd look at somebody else singing and then I would set a bar to say, well, I'm not as good as them. Or I remember growing up, sometimes I was a part of different singing choirs and things like that, and I was never asked to lead a song because there were other people that could just blow me out the water with their vocals. However, I'm still a singer and I still have talent for it. And that's one of the reasons why on some of these videos, I'll sing a little bit of something, because that is still a part of who I am. So again, the second card is the Talents That Make Me. Make sure you put a card together like that as well, so you don't forget the talents that you've been blessed with. So the very last card that I have that I focus on would be the I Will Be card. Now, the I Will Be card is fun because that's where I allow my dreams to reach their furthest point. On this card, I do not limit what I feel I should be going for in life. I'm not going to sit there and put on there something that I would like to be or I would like to do that doesn't truly give me my heart's desire. I put on this card literally what I desire, and these things are things that I will be in that day because I have them right then and there. But then there's also ones on this card that state what I will be for the future. So I keep that as the mental focus. And I found that on the easy days, this card is really great. But then for the harder days, this really comes in handy. It becomes a tool that reminds me of my future goals so that I don't get caught up in the little itty bits that can destroy my goals, my dreams, and my motivation to achieve those things. And again, just like the other two cards, I put 10 different things on there. And like some of the ones that I've done on there is, and this is for my dailies for these two, is definitely that I will be the husband that my wife needs, so that I start my day with the intention of trying to meet her needs. I'm not always perfect at it, but this sets my tone for the day to have my day set with her in mind, so that she doesn't feel like she's just another piece of furniture within the house, that she understands that I want to be there, I will try to be there as greatly as I can, and that she's that important. I also take the same thing and I state that I will be the father to my son, so that I'm gonna be that example, so that when I'm tired and he just wants to play, I tap into what he needs, because he needs to have a dad that's gonna be active. He needs a dad that's going to be someone who can help to balance him when he's just a kid with emotions and he just knows what he wants, but he needs to learn how to get what he wants. And I've got to be there to help hone that in and focus him in the right direction. And so that becomes another one of my daily I will be's. And then also within there, I also say the mental and physical health portion of things. I'll never forsake that part of it, where I literally have on the card that I will have great mental and physical health, and I will be in absolutely great shape. I'm not going to say that I'm going to be okay or I won't have just joint pains. No, I want to be in shape and be healthy physically, as well as I want to be in shape and be mentally healthy, because both of those go hand in hand, and those are desires that I have for my life. But then again, also, as I said, there are long-term things that I will be. So for instance, on mine, I have on there, I will own the house that I choose. I don't want to just settle for any old type of life or any old type of house. I want to get the house that I want in the neighborhood that I want, so that I can have the lifestyle that I've always dreamed of. And some people say, well, why are you getting caught into that? Because it's my life. I only have one life while I'm here on this planet, and I want to make sure that I set my goal as high as I can. Whether I make it or not, I'm going to set my bar that high, and I'm going to jump and reach for it every single day. So definitely take the time and do the I will be card, because it'll help set your day and help set your future. So I do hope, talking about these different cards that I utilize every single day to be able to help me get mentally ready for the present as well as for the future, and then being able to combat the mental struggles of my past. I hope that this will help kind of lay a foundation and help you just as it has helped me, because I know that this has been absolutely beneficial for my life. But one thing I do want to tack on to the end of this message is, you can't just have these words, your actions have to support it. You have to make sure that you are putting your physical actions in motion to make these things happen. You can't talk about what you want to be for your significant other if your actions are not going to display that every single day, or if you fail at it, you be able to recognize it and be transparent enough to go to that person and apologize for not being what they need. Or why talk about looking to have a house if all you do is spend your money on things that are not going to get you to a house? Those are the actions that have to be more focused and maintained, because words are just words unless you put action to them. And action, that's a great thing to make all of these things happen. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this Motivated Monday piece. I do hope that all of this is something that you can take into account and make this yours. Own it. Share this video with someone who might need to hear what we're talking about here. And then also, before you leave this channel, please make sure you hit a subscribe and a like on this video. Leave a comment if you would like. I'd love hearing from the viewers of this channel. So thank you so much, and you guys have a wonderful, prosperous, and focused week.